Hello. If you've been with me since the start of this growing season, you'll know what's in this box. If you haven't been with me, you might suspect it's ice cream. Well, it isn't, but it does just come straight from the fridge. And this is our attempt to slow down the chitting process of some early potatoes. And the reason why we're doing this is that in about a month's time, the early potatoes that were sown at the beginning of this growing season will be ready to harvest, and I'll be emptying some pots out. And when I empty the pots out, I'll have some spare compost and some spare pots, and at least 2 or maybe even 3 good summer months left. So the idea was we'd put some seed potatoes in the fridge, in the cold, in the dark, and try and delay the chitting process, so that when the early potatoes come out of the pots this year and we have that 2-month, 3-month window left with pots, with compost, we're going to plant these guys. We're going to try and get a second crop of potatoes in the same growing season. Now then, I had these guys out earlier today. I didn't have time to make a video, so I popped them back in, but what I found was that in these polythene bags they were starting to sweat. Now these potatoes have been in here now for at least 3 months. 3 months in the cold and dark. What I found earlier today, as I say, when I looked at these, was the inside of the polythene bags were starting to get some moisture on them, and the kitchen roll that I used to wrap the setup was also damp. So I dried the bags, changed the kitchen roll, and it's now dry again. But you take a look at this. Whoa! Hey! Let's have a look on the ticket. This is Rocket. Now you can see Rocket's throwing roots down and Rocket's throwing chits up. Rocket is ready to rocket. Problem is, we don't want to be putting him in yet. We want to hold him back for at least another month. So he's going back in here, and the next time you'll see him, maybe in a month's time, when we're looking to plant him up, put him in a pot. So we need to hold him back for another month. Do you think we can do it? I think we can. We may knock some of these chits off by accident. They're starting to get a bit big now. I think those chits are about 3/4 of an inch or an inch long. We may damage a few, but hey, we've done the experiment. We know that that isn't a problem. The experiment's on the channel somewhere, knocking chits off sweet potatoes. So that's Rocket. And the reason I'm in these bags, by the way, is I think I've got, well, I can see now, I've got 5 different varieties in here. If you're going to have a go at this next year, perhaps don't put them in the polythene bags. I think the polythene bags might not be too helpful. But this is the first time I've done it, so I don't know that this will work. And the way that you'll find out if it will work is to stay with me for another few months, because we will plant these guys and they either will or they won't grow. But from what I've seen today, I'm gambling they will grow. Who's this guy? Maris Bard. Now when I bought these potatoes, whoa, look at Maris Bard. When I bought these potatoes a few months back, the other Maris Bard potatoes have been planted in pots. The other Rocket potatoes have been planted in pots, and they now have tops on them about, ooh, a foot tall. So these guys, had they been planted then, would have had a potato plant sitting on top of them a foot tall. But as you can see, this delaying looks as though it might be working, and that potato certainly looks as though it will grow when it's planted, but not just yet. So we'll put Maris Bard back in the bag. Okay, and I'll whiz through these because I don't want them to be out of the fridge too long, although for the duration of this video, which should only be a few more minutes. I don't think that's going to be an issue, but we won't hang about with this. That's Rocket, Marispard. Let's see what we've got here. What sort of weather are you having, by the way? Boy, it's been windy here for at least a month. It blows a gale, that's why I'm always indoors. Home guard. And you can't get seeds out, it just blows the top right off them in the raised beds. Ah, home guard. I think you've seen this guy before, look, he's got a smile on his face. Home guard looks as though he wants to have a go. Yeah, it's about time the weather was picking up, isn't it? Now we're in the middle of May now, and the wind is just unrelenting. You get a nice sunny day and you think, yeah, this is it, summer's here, but poke your nose out of the door, it's Baltic. It'll take the skin off your face. It's that cold. So we're ready for it. Come on, summer, where you at? Get round that corner. Oh, now this guy isn't showing so much. I guess that's what we're looking for. And that one, I believe, is Winston. I just haven't spotted the ticket yet. I'll just have a quick look at that. Yeah, that's Winston. Just one more to look at, then we'll get these guys back in the fridge. And this last one, I'm not too sure what it is. This one is, oh, Pentland Javelin. Oh, so there, a nice little seed potato. Pentland Javelin. Been in the fridge about 3 months. Wanting to have a go, but we don't want him to have a go just yet. Another month at least before these guys are planted. So it's back in the fridge for them. Right, well, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'm enjoying doing this particular experiment. I'm looking forward to seeing just how this turns out. And if you're the same, as I say, it's only a month, then we'll probably bang these guys in. Now 2 or 3 months after that, hopefully that's our second crop of potatoes from the same plot in the same season, using the same compost, maybe with a handful of fertiliser or something thrown in there just to reinvigorate it. So that's it. Back in the fridge for these guys. This is Homegrown Veg, signing off.